Hey, you guys. Welcome back to Money with Mission. I'm so excited today to have Vontenea Stokes of Secure Living. Vontenea is a driven and accomplished mompreneur like so many of us. She's currently serving as the co-founder and CEO of Secure Living, where she is working with her husband. She has a passion for adding value to every organization she is involved with and has a proven track record of producing measurable results and developing marketing strategies that increase profits and engage prospective audiences. Prior to her current role, she held various positions at Tessa, a global adhesive tape manufacturer, including regional market segment manager, international communication manager, international product manager, and virtual channel management associate. In these roles, she was responsible for driving cross-functional coordination between international stakeholders, developing market and product strategies to maintain profitability, and implementing channel management software to streamline international processes and support distribution sales channels. Her educational background includes a Master of Business Administration and a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration from Pfeiffer University. I am super excited to talk to her. Believe it or not, this is the day before she gave birth, and we had so much fun. What she and her husband are doing is so needed, and we will learn how they have gone through their learn, invest, value their time, and are enjoying their life, their live strategy.
Be the change you want to see. Make a difference by giving your money a purpose, a mission to do good. Welcome to Money with Mission, where we show you how to create passive income so that you have options for how to work and how to live your life while leaving a legacy of positive social impact.
Welcome back to Money with Mission, everyone. Today we have Vontenea Stokes. I'm really excited about this conversation because she is doing some amazing things with their company, Secure Living. Welcome to the show, Vontenea. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Excited to be here.
I am excited. So I was reading your bio, and you call yourself a mompreneur.
Mhm.
And I'm assuming that's because you're a mother and an entrepreneur. Is that correct?
It is. That is correct.
And how long have you been? Did you start the entrepreneurship before momhood, or were you mom and then became an entrepreneur?
The entrepreneurship came first, but mom comes first as my priority. So that's why I say
100%. No, I 100% understand that. I 100% understand that. So you became an entrepreneur and then a mother. So tell me about your money story. How did you get to where you are? And do you think that, I'll say, my children very much influenced the way I show up for money and how I think about money now and how I show them how to think about money. So I don't know if that's part of your story, but how did you grow up with money and how did you get to where you are today thinking about money?
So I grew up in a single parent household. I'm the oldest of 3 children. So I had a lot of responsibility. And I would say there were a lot of poor money things that were taught to me. Well, let's just put it that way. Sometimes there was a struggle just to meet the basic necessities in my household. Of course, in my mind, money was a scarcity topic.
Mhm.
That's how I perceived money. And then going, to college and things of that nature, you learn about money, but not so much as it relates to personal finance.
Yeah.
So a lot is really self-taught. Hey, I know I don't want to struggle financially, but how do I not struggle financially? What does that mean? What does that look like?
Yeah.
And I'm very thankful for my husband. He loves all things personal finance. That's also, I think, because money was a scarcity topic. How do we get out of it? Some of that has definitely trickled on to me. So personal finance, how I think about money, a lot is self-taught, doing
Okay.
research and trying to figure out what makes the most sense. Now, of course, I'm an investor. I've invested in my business, real estate, other businesses, things of that nature.
Do you think you still struggle with that scarcity mindset, or has it gone altogether and you're all in there's plenty of money everywhere. It'll be great. Nothing to worry about.
I don't want to say there's plenty of money everywhere, but I definitely scarcity, it's not a topic. I do feel
Okay.
very secure in my personal finances and the things that I've done to establish my family and also for future generations as well.
Okay. And I guess what I meant by that is I still struggle sometimes and find myself in that scarcity mindset. And when I notice it and I can say, okay, come on now, there's plenty of money. You might have lost that, but go make some more.
Mhm.
There's money to be made all
Yeah.
the time. And
Yeah.
that's what I mean by that. Cause I think I used to think that once I realized how money worked and that kind of thing, that I would never worry about it anymore. But
Mm.
those thoughts still creep in. I just want people to realize that it's still there. That's like it. I don't, maybe other people don't think about it that way, but I still get to I got to hold on to it. I got to hold on to it. And then I realize what I'm doing and got to invest it. It's got to work for you.
Exactly. And I think that investing portion is the main thing that kind of brings it back. If you do feel like a little bit anxious sometimes, okay, but
Mhm.
what can I do to make these funds make more money?
Exactly. And to me, we get out of that scarcity mindset when we realize our money should be working for us,
Mhm.
not vice versa. And so many of us are in that I need to work harder, work faster, work more so I can make more money and then I'll have more money and then I'll be wealthy.
Mm.
When did that change for you in realizing that just the running the wheel and making more money doesn't make you wealthy? Is that
Mm.
from your reading, your husband? What does your husband do? I'm sorry.
He's in finance. He's in finance. So
Okay.
yeah,
And you guys met early. You got met in college?
we did. Yeah, we both studied
Okay.
finance. He helped me struggle through economics and all that good stuff.
So you guys, you formed your company, Secure Living, how long ago?
So we started thinking about it during the pandemic.
Okay.
At that time, we were actually living in Europe. And I think this is part of the story because thinking about living abroad and eating different foods, learning a language, and just traveling, it was like, oh, this should be my best life. This is awesome. But something was still missing. And it was
Wow.
really that part of, hey, I want to help people be able to have a little bit more freedom with their finances. For us, that was through real estate. Real estate is really what propelled our finances. And I wanted
Okay.
to help other people access that. So that's when we started thinking about secure living and what that could look like. And it really met a need for me to help other people.
Got it. How did you start investing in real estate? How did that come about for you?
Sure. So the first real estate investment, my husband and I knew somebody who was going to lose their home. And you're probably familiar with the subject to situation. I don't know about the audience, but essentially we took over the mortgage payments so that person would not lose their home, but they exited the property, renovations, and then things of that nature, and ended up selling the property. So they walked away without any bankruptcy or any tarnishment to their credit. And we were able to see some of those proceeds after we sold the property.
Perfect. One of the ways I look at this, look at investing is learn, invest, value your time, and enjoy your life. And that part was investing. So you already had learned before you got to that. Because who knows, subject to, and I'm sure we lost half the people going, subject to, what is that? So we're gonna back up to that because you had to learn what that was before you could even have an idea that was something you could do. You might have just met this person and, oh, you're gonna lose your house. I'm so sorry that's gonna happen. There's nothing I can do. But having gotten the education, because I want you to talk about that. How did you know anything about this subject to? And then go ahead and explain what that means.
I went to a lot of meetups, a lot of real estate meetups, just talking to people probably for at least 2 years
Uh-huh.
before making any sort of decision. But when it came to this specific opportunity, there was a partner who brought us along.
Okay.
And that's how we were able to go into this situation with a little green, right? Not exactly
Yeah.
knowing, all the moving parts are working.
Yeah.
Uh, but sometimes you figure it out as you go.
Yeah, and you had a mentor, you had somebody that you trusted, that you had developed this relationship with over some time that you can now walk into and go, "Okay, they're gonna help me understand this. I don't quite get it all because sometimes it gets a little confusing sometimes." But it worked out? Yes? The
It
family walked away, they felt good about things?
It did, and that helped pay off my college debt. So
Wow.
and that's when I really was like, "Oh, this real estate thing," because for me, that when you can get rid of some debt because of an investment was profitable, it changes your financial situation.
I'm gonna back up a little bit about why real estate? How did you come to that place and not just investing in the stock market or investing in something else?
Mhm. I do invest in the stock market. I started in college because you need less capital to do so to purchase
Yeah.
shares. But real estate's always been interesting, and I realized that you have to have ownership of things. Whatever that looks like. For me, it looked like owning real estate as a way to obtain wealth. We know that a lot of wealth is built from real estate. My grandfather's also a real estate investor. So
Okay.
picking his brain a little bit and seeing what he's doing was helpful.
Mhm.
For my husband, he also had grandparents who had invested in real estate. Not our parents, but the
There,
next.
skipped a generation. Okay. So you saw that owning assets and you got that from your grandparents. So I have to own something that's going to help make my money, make money for me. Yes. That's what it sounds like you said to me.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. So we got into real estate. Your first deal was a subject to property where you helped a family not have to go to bankruptcy, not mess up their credit completely. They walked away from a property. You got a property. Did you sell it? You still have it? What did you do with that?
We did sell it.
Okay. And that's how you paid off your student loan debt. Did you have to borrow money to get that property?
Oh, no, I didn't have to borrow money because we partnered with somebody. It was and they knew we were new. We didn't have to put up so much capital. Um,
Okay.
less capital, less profits, but still,
No, 100%. But but money came from somewhere to help you get into that deal. Yes?
yeah,
Okay.
savings and things of that nature. I lived a very frugal lifestyle coming out of college
Okay. On purpose or
on purpose.
tell me about that? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All
And
right.
and one of those reasons is just to try to get rid of that debt. I have a mindset of delayed gratification. I think a lot of people go against that a little bit, especially now with the culture and just young people. It's worth it.
Well, I talk a lot to physicians, and we are all about delayed gratification because we go to college, med school, residency. We don't get to spending, you don't make any money. All you're doing is spending it to get in school, get out of school with six-figure debt.
Mhm.
This is the delayed gratification crowd. So once we get out, sometimes we go a little crazy. And now it's okay, let's start making that money make money for you. Let's get going there. And that's what the whole Money with Mission's about, what Secure Living is about. We are about having people make their money and then send the money out to work for you so you can work less.
Yeah.
So you were in Europe, had already started your investing career, it sounds like, yes?
Yeah.
And then realizing that we can make a ton of money ourselves and we can be on our own and we could just go live our lives and do what we do. But so many of us being significant to other people in our lives and other people in the world becomes a bigger thing, right? That you want to serve and help. And you guys have done that by forming Secure Living. What's your mission with that?
Sure. So, Secure Living is an investment platform. We help bridge the gap between real estate investment companies, real estate investors who want to raise capital, and just your average next door neighbor. So we're basically the intermediary, the middleman who is allowing everyday people to purchase shares in local real estate investing opportunities.
Okay. I want to get a little more granular in that. So you being the middleman, who's in front of you and who's behind you, just because, and that's the only way I'm gonna say it. It's all a straight line, you guys. Somebody's a further ahead in the line and someone's behind, but we're all equal. Please don't take that to mean anything other than that. So it sounded like you said you take real estate developers, people who have projects, and match them to people who have money that want to invest in projects. Is that what you said?
Well, essentially, sometimes there's real estate developers or just real estate investment companies, and there's a capital need. Many times they go to the bank, but also they may want to diversify their funding, have a little bit more flexibility, and offer their project to the local community where that project is. When I say project, I mean that real estate property, whether building or a commercial space. Let's just take a developer, for example.
Okay. Uh-huh.
They want to build a community of townhomes and they need capital. They work with us to basically create a campaign page for them
Mhm.
that allows the everyday person to go to our site, browse the opportunities that are there, and say, hey, yes, I do want to invest a portion or a certain amount of funds to this project in my local community. And how this works is that people can invest at a lower minimum threshold of what's traditionally necessary if you just go and purchase a property yourself. It's essentially like the stock market, but for real estate. So people are going and purchasing shares of these projects.
Got it. Can you give me an example of a type of project that you're doing? And whatever you can share on that. If there's nothing, that's fine too. But I just give an example of something like that.
Yeah, we have a few projects on our platform that are either live or upcoming. And I don't want to talk about a
Anything
specific
specific.
project. Yeah,
Gotcha.
just because there's rules and regulations. We are very
100%. I felt that when I was asking the question. Okay, so let's do this. Let's say we're going to just make one up then. I want to build a conference center for women to come to learn about financial wellness and experience everything around wellness.
Mm.
And so I have my piece of property and now I want to build it and I don't want it to just be all bank. We want to do some equity funding, let's say, and some debt funding, and I'll just mix it all together. And I found you guys and I come to you. Now what happens?
Yeah, we're going to vet your deal to make sure that it's sound, that any risks have been identified. Does it make sense for the market? What's the potential? So that's the first step, just to make sure that we're protecting ourselves as a company, but also we're doing as much as possible to protect potential people that would invest. Of course, it's an investment, so there's always risk, right? But we want to make sure due diligence is done.
So you're protecting me also, so you can overlook a deal, make sure, oh, Felicia, you missed this. How are we going to mitigate that risk? I look at it as everybody's helping everybody. Got it? Okay.
So we will talk about the terms, right? So let's say you want to offer debt at 12% interest rate, and there's going to be a 2-year holding period.
Okay.
And that's one thing we encourage is for the average individual to go and say, okay, does this make sense for my finances right now? The offering. So we would create a campaign page for you with all the information about the project, the terms, where it's located, your vision, basically.
Okay.
And then individuals can go and invest directly on that page. And we make sure that also those dividends and things like that are paid back to the investor based on your project.
Got it. And you guys are working with all projects around the country, around the world. How is that working? How is your company structured right now?
Around the country. So we can operate, in all 50 states. Typically, the projects tend to be on the East Coast. We're located in Charlotte, North Carolina. And just because of proximity and meeting with different real estate professionals, it makes it easier for us.
Got it. Got it. And being a mom and a dad and packing up a couple kids to travel around the world, to travel around the country, even at this point, is going to be a little bit challenging. I got it. How do people find you? If I know some people that are looking and thinking, and let's talk about, do you have to be an accredited investor? And I know a lot of people may not know what that is, but accredited means you have an income as a single person of at least $200,000 a year and expect that for the next couple years and had it last year. Or you have a net worth, not including your own home, of over $1 million and over. Hope that makes sense. We'll have another podcast about all these definitions. Do you have to be accredited to invest in any of your projects?
That's a great question. It's open to both accredited and non-accredited investors. And that's a really important point for us because typically non-accredited investors, like we say, the average everyday person has not invest in these type of opportunities in the past.
Yeah. So that's really exciting. How did they get the education though to learn that this is something that they should be doing? Are you guys providing that? Or are you looking at other people to help provide that education and then direct? How's that working for you guys?
Yeah, we do some education ourselves. Like I mentioned, we're in a highly regulated space, so we have to be a little bit careful. We do like to partner with other individuals who are providing that education.
Got it. That makes perfect sense. I love what you're doing. It's really important for people who, not just folks who already have money, even if they're not having it work for them, they've got a great job, they've got money coming in, but for blue collar who's not accredited to be able to invest in something that can provide some tax benefits. I'll clarify that in just a minute, and can get you into the space where the majority of the wealthy make their money in real estate and preserve their wealth in real estate. And taxes, which are the bane of most of our existences, are not something it is something you have to pay, but it's something you strategize on how you pay. Let's put it that way. So in your investments, do you have debt and equity, first of all, or is it mostly just debt?
No, there's debt, equity, profit sharing.
Okay.
Are options.
Okay. And guys, these are all, if you don't know what we're talking about, don't worry, we'll get there. Maybe not today, but we'll get there. And in most real estate deals, especially if you're buying one on your own and you're investing in a property, you get the depreciation, which we call sometimes phantom income from that, which helps with your tax liability. Do we have that benefit investing through your platform?
Yeah, we provide the 1099s or the
We want
K1s, yeah, to investors, and they can speak with a professional about the best way to
Yep.
have yeah.
And what Vontenea is saying is we are not tax professionals. If you didn't get that, we are not tax professionals. Talk to your accountant. And if you don't have an accountant that you can talk to about how to manage your taxes, you need one. So many of us just think about our taxes April 15th, 14th. Oh my gosh, I got to get this done. That's not how you do taxes. You do taxes all year round. I had a podcast about that. You're thinking about your taxes all year round. Oh my gosh, taxes. I don't want to get on that box right now. Okay. Okay, what else? What else? I really like what you're doing so much. Okay. I wanted to get into some stuff here about just getting it. Oh my gosh. All right. Can I tell people you're about to have a baby?
Yes. Yes, you
Okay.
can.
By the time this is released, this kiddo's going to be in the world. So
Yep.
this is the day before this kid's to be born, this kiddo. And I am so happy that you could come on and be with me today. And I'm so happy that you guys took this path. This was not an easy path, you guys, for them to be able to build this platform. It didn't happen. You didn't talk about it one day and the next day it was there, right? This is like SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission kind of work that you have to prove you are who you are and that you have other people's best interest at heart.
Yeah, it's a good point. Like I said, I've said it several times that it's highly regulated, and we're happy to be regulated because we're talking about people's finances, something they hold near and dear. We want to make
Yeah.
sure as a company, we're doing everything we can to uphold a high level of standards. And I left a six-figure job to start this company. It's definitely something that we believe in, and we believe in the mission.
Okay. So you're still investing in real estate on your own, or is it through the projects that are coming to you guys?
No, we don't want any conflict of interest. I separately have my own portfolio of properties, hold five properties, and we're all always looking for deals.
Got it. Got it. We're going to do some stuff. You guys, this is the beginning of a relationship. I feel it right now. This is really, I'm excited. I'm really excited. And I'm going to tell you, I've shared what you guys are doing with some other folks that I know that have the interest in buying land and developing land. And we may come, I don't even know if you do this, but where this person I was talking to is interested in buying land, but doesn't know how to develop it. So maybe we can even connect landowners with developers and can figure out how to get that kind of thing going and then get the finance part into it. So many exciting ways that we can all work together and benefit so many people to be able to start investing in real estate, or if they're already doing it. Actually, I think these are the starters, and then you can start getting in, especially people who want to do a lot of debt funds, put debt money out there for debt. That there's not a lot of debt funds right now, I don't think. Most people are going in for equity, and most of the sponsors that I know are looking for equity.
A lot of people are, there's a preference towards equity for sure.
Yeah. And if you don't, just for the audience, if you don't know equity, you share the risk with the sponsor in equity deals. In debt deals, you're the mortgage holder on a property. It's very different, actually. You have risk, but it's a little different kind of risk. Tina, thank you so much. This has really been exciting. What else? What do we need to? I feel like there's so many things we could talk about, and I'm a little bit, I don't know. The things I want to talk about probably are not podcast kind of stuff, but it's more detail-y about how we can work together.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that it could, a lot of different directions. If there's certain questions that pop up from your audience, then I'd love to be brought back on. Maybe if there's a topic that people want to go a little bit deeper in, or something that wasn't clarified, I'd welcome that opportunity.
Perfect. And how can people reach you guys? If your website, look at your deals that you've got going on, how do they find you?
Yep, it's securelivingrei.com. So www.securelivingrei.com. Same thing with our social media handles on Facebook and Instagram. Secure Living.
Okay. It's going to be in the show notes because I know everybody's driving or doing something else while you're listening to this, but show notes, securelivingrei.com. Vontenea is going to be, we'll be talking some more, 100% talking some more, because this is a very exciting thing and a very important thing that they are doing to get average Americans investing in real estate and making it so that we can all become wealthy. And then it's not just about your own wealth, it's about how you spread that around and give your money a mission to help and improve everything. So I am really excited for this, and I can't even tell you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it so much for you being here. Thank you. All right.
You've been listening to Money with Mission. There are projects happening right now where you can have a great financial return while positively affecting the lives of others. To learn more about our opportunities, go to moneywithmission.com.